Okay, now let's see if this is working. Let's see if this is working. Looks like it is. That's a good thing. And we'll turn on the chat. Such a weird thing. I was trying to set this up. All right, let me start this out. Good evening. Now, everything's all different here on this. All the settings have changed. Let me see if I can. See, I used to be able to connect with all these other pages, but now, I don't know. Everything's different. It's all different. Oh well. Are we on YouTube? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like we're on YouTube. Raymond says howdy. Hey, Raymond. I'm going to check something out here. It doesn't look like we're on YouTube. And why? Yeah, it says we are. Okay. I don't know. Well, you're on YouTube, so that must be working. Now I just it really messed me up because hold on, I'll start the show here pretty quick, but I had to start a new chat. Okay. We'll be starting here pretty soon. Can somebody type something? Just a hello, anything. Cassandra says hi. Okay. So at least that's working. That is working.
Hey, sweetie, you're not coming over your Facebook.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't see you on there yet.
Okay. You guys see me? Cassandra said hi. Brian Ivor says hello. All right, you guys are on Facebook. Are you seeing me okay? Because I saw me okay on Facebook.
I see you on YouTube, but you're not coming across my Facebook yet.
I don't know. Well, I'm looking at my Facebook page and I see me on there. So I'm not sure. Yeah, it says I'm live on here. I will tell everybody what happened here in just a minute, but let me get the opening title started, and we'll go from there. All right, hey everybody, it's Bryan Hogue. This is Chiller Night pre-show, so thanks for joining me. We have been fighting the technical gods over the last hour and a half or so, and it is just, boy, a lot of fun. But that's what's going on here. It's just, it's kind of crazy. I've had people on here, and they're not showing up. They're not showing up on here. So I went and I reset everything today. I just reset everything, hoping that I could see like Tom Paisley and Glam Fangs on YouTube. And wow, we have a bigger, I don't know if it's a bigger problem than what we started with, but it was a lot to just try to get everything working. But hopefully we are. Hopefully Ava said she didn't see me on Facebook. I see me on Facebook, so Dale says hello. Hey, Dale. Raymond says I see you on YouTube. All right, cool. Raymond says Tom. So I don't see Tom. but Tom evidently is on Facebook. Bob says, hello. Hey, Bob. David says, champagne pop. Cheers. All right. Raymond says, is Jack Shadow working on a motorcycle? No, that's Brenton out there riding his four-wheeler. So Ava says, okay, I had to go to the actual chiller page to get connected. All right, I shared it away. Thank you, Ava. Corpus says, woohoo. And Richard says, hello. Hey, Richard. And then Ava says, I didn't receive notification you were live. Ah, okay. All right, so want to start off the night. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight and each other here as we do every Saturday night. I want to thank Stream TV for showing Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat programming every Saturday night, and they have been for well over 2 years now, every Saturday night. So thank you. I want to thank the Dead Vault over here on top. And you can find the Dead Vault, that's Scott Paulson's Dead Vault show, and that's on Facebook. So check that out. And then, of course, we got the Paranormal Warehouse at paranormalwarehouse.com. They also show the Chiller Night Theater and Chiller Chat episodes as well. So thank you to everybody. And, of course, Vicelli Pizza. Everybody who's supporting the show, supporting the page, we want to thank them. And Vicelli, wow, you know, those guys out there still working, and all you essential employees, not only with Vicelli's, of course, you know, the delivery people, but you think about all the people who are out still doing their jobs. That's a lot to think about, especially those people on the front lines, like the emergency service personnel, and you know, the hospitals and the EMTs, and just, you know, the police and fire, you know, everybody. And then the farmers. I mean, there, you know, in a time like this, you really see, you know, social priorities. You really do see who, you know, the farmers, the truck drivers, you know, all these people who are very, very important, you know. And maybe a lot of us didn't, you know, maybe you don't realize that until something like this comes up. But I kind of like to see that. I like to see the who's running the machines like that. I'm talking about the machines of our society and civilization. And put our celebrities and sports heroes on the back burner for now. You know, we see what's really going on and who's running things. So I do like that. I want to say a lot of thanks and gratitude, you know, out to those people tonight. Of course, David and Diana Sylvia, we know that they work in the hospital, so they have, you know, I just wanted to take a minute and say that, because you guys, thank you. Thank you. Now I'm, let's see, Corpus says, I got my notification late as well. And Ava says, I'm on both, just can't comment on YouTube. Cassandra says, pizza. Raymond says, I got my notification at 8 p.m. I am special. Raymond, I think you are. All right. Richard said, I got time tonight to hang out. All right, Richard, glad to have you here on YouTube. So, and speaking of, Raymond says, God bless them. Yes, God bless them all. That is really something. It really is. And you know, of course, I like to be here. Corpus says, I agree. Hats off. Hey, Emmanuel. Hello, everybody. And I like to be on here. We went through the month of March, Monster March. Just you know, getting on here every week and providing a sense of normalcy. You know, I think it's good. I like to, you know, you can sit and dwell on things enough to where you just kind of put yourself into a negative pit mentally. But you know, get out and enjoy something, put on a good movie, go for a walk. But speaking of good movies, here's the schedule for tonight. 9 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Indestructible Man. Oh, yes. That was, of course, last week's Friday Night Frights. And 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. We are showing the Daniel Doing episode. Now he's the one with the comic series. 11:30 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Devil Bat. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Carrie Haggard. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. Bride of the Gorilla. Now all three of the Chiller Night Theater movies are from March. From Monster March. So those were live and those were fun, and that was just like what we're doing now, only with Jack Shadow, and you got to see a movie, so pretty cool. Clayton says, hi everyone. Hey Clayton, thanks for joining us. David says, Cassandra and I are the Igors at the hospital. We sterilize operating room instruments. Hey, we appreciate you very much. Yeah, I thought about that. It doesn't, I was thinking about that quite a bit, because when I was in my old job as a police officer, we would take people up to the hospital. It's everybody in there. It's a security. It's people who, it doesn't matter if you're on the property, if you're working within the confines of that facility. Thank you, because you really are on the front line there. So Clayton says, hello, Brian. Hey, Clayton. Corpus says, Igor. Ah. And Clayton says, ha, I'm not Clayton. It's Tom. I'm on to you, Bryan Hogue. Oh, Clayton Boudang. Well, Clayton Boudang, you are on here, so I don't know what you did, but all right. What did you do? Did you make another page? And then Ava's showing a hospital. And Lisa Ann says, I'm late, sorry. No, we just kind of got started. We kind of got off to a little late, slow start because I had to reset everything, trying to get Tom and Glam Fangs on here and anybody else who might not be showing up. Lisa Ann says, Officer Shadow. Yeah. Clayton Boudang says it's just another account. Ah, well, that was a good choice to jump on there then. Lisa Ann says, shame, Tom. Hey, well, at least we can see him, though. Or Clayton. All right, Clayton. All right, so everybody got that schedule. What'd you guys think of, Angry Pennsylvanian? Hey, peeps. Or should I say, hey, peeps? Angry Pennsylvanian. But thanks for joining us. All right, so Ava says, I do need to make another account. Okay. Well, that being said, that being said, hey, for those of you who joined us for Thursday's movie, Idle Hands, we appreciate that. And now, for this coming Thursday, Corpus, whenever you are ready, I will announce, or you announce, and you say what it is, and I'll throw the poster up. Whenever you are ready, Clayton says, Corpus. And then Raymond says, Tom, is Clayton your second personality? Might be. Brian says, hi, guys. Hey, Brian. And then Lisa Ann says, so what's up in April? Well, I'm not sure when the Friday Night Frights, Raymond says, drum roll. I'll do my little makeshift drum roll here. Bob Book says, Bride of the Gorilla, the movie that inspired serial apist. What? What the heck? I've never heard of that. That's awful. Serial apist. Somebody make a movie called that. Okay. That's crazy. People are strange. All right, Clayton says, replying to Raymond. Raymond, it was an account I made years ago when I was figuring out some security issues. I almost didn't recall the password. It's been so long. Corpus says, yes. Okay. Thursday's watch party is... Drum roll commencing. Tim says, love the Wolfman shirt. All right, thanks, Tim. All right, drum roll. Tremors. The movie is Tremors. All right, so this Thursday, join the Chiller Night Facebook group page and watch Tremors. All right, thank you, Corpus. You always pick out some really cool movies. Lisa Ann says, Thursday, really, Corpus? Come out. What? Thursday, the watch party. Um, Clayton says, Tremors? That's a decent one. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. All right, Carrie's on here with some little shocked emojis with a little face mask on. Right. Ava says, you've never seen them, have you, Brian? Seen what? Seen, I'm not sure, seen what? That movie Tremors? I've never seen the Tremor movies. As popular and as big of a deal that was, I've actually never seen Tremors. So if I get a chance to watch that, I will definitely join you guys. Richard says, people are strange. People are strange. Tim says, Tremors is wonderful and never gets old. Lee Sand says, Tremors. Bob says, Tremors is a classic. And let me look at this, because I'm not sure. Lisa Ann asked about the what's going on in April. I'd like to start the Chiller Chat live episodes in April. Those are on Tuesday nights, and then I probably won't have the Friday Night Frights until maybe the 17th. I just needed a break. I ran myself pretty exhausted trying to keep up with. It was weird because it wasn't just, it was a little more than I thought, because it wasn't just me preparing a show, writing a show and putting it all together. It wasn't just that. It was that plus editing the one from last week to play for this week. Like I had 2 shows I was working on at the same time throughout the week. And I just got myself into that thinking, oh man, what did I do? But I wanted to get through it. I wanted to stick that out and get through March because I said I would, so I did it. But I did have to take a little bit of time off here. So let's see. Ava says this is actually what I went to see at the movies. Oh, Tremors. Oh, that's cool. Lee Sand says, we had the Tremor last night. Oh, well, that's not good. Corpus says, replying to Clayton Boudang, does it live up to your high standards? What? Oh, there's Tremors. Okay. Lee Sand says 4.9. Oh, I hope everyone's all right. Raymond says, you must not miss it, Brian. It's good. I hope I don't miss it either. But I've been missing these just because a lot of times I was either, like I said, I was either working on that upcoming Friday's episode, or a lot of times I was editing because I was trying to get this Saturday night show out. Now, I finally got this one all done. Indestructible Man was completely edited and sent, to Stream TV. It was either Thursday night or Friday morning. I get these done at the last minute. I work on them all week and get them done. That's why March really, it took a lot of wind out of my sails, I'll tell you. But I had fun. Like I said, I wouldn't do it if I didn't love it. And I know you guys, you seem to be enjoying it. So I would do more of those. We'll definitely do more of those. But I just had to take a little break. And then Ava says, my uncle took me to the theater in Erie to see this. Great memories of him. Your Uncle Jack, I take it? Clayton says, Clayton. You'll like Tremors. Adam says, ooh, Tremors. Yeah, that's a good one. She gets some good ones there. I think that's really cool. All right, there you have it, folks. The movie is Tremors. And so there you have it. So what's going on? Everybody hanging in there okay? Did you like the Monster March? You guys enjoying the Friday Night Frights? It seems, all of you are participating quite a bit, so I like that. Makes it go pretty well on my end. Cassandra says, I love the Friday Night Frights. All right, cool. Lisa Ann says, anyone ever see Mystery Science Theater 3000? I have seen that. Richard says, my shoes have turned to slippers and they're wearing out fast. Oh, well, I guess we're all doing what we can. Let's see. Corpus says yes. Friday Night Frights was great. Cool, cool, cool. Now, in relation to this show, what I've done. Do you realize this? I just realized this a couple days ago. We're actually coming up on 2 years for the Chiller Night Live pre-show, and that'll be in April. Let me see what day that will be. It will be the 3rd April of the month. So on April 18th, that will be our 2-year mark. So in 2 weeks, it'll be 2 years. Something. Because I did the show when I first started out. I did it on my phone. I was just doing these on my phone on Facebook, and then I figured out how to multi-stream. And then, well, this is I just kind of been adding to that as we've been going on, and this is where we're at now. And then after doing the live show for so long, the Chiller Night Live pre-show, I got to thinking, what if I just took that same idea of the streaming format, the multi-streaming, and did a live Chiller Night Theater episode. So that's what I did. We started that back in January of last year, of 2019, and we did them all the way up until June. And then, if you recall, those of you who were with me at that point, I took that time off to do a haunted house, to build the haunted house, and to throw that on in October. And then we just started back up again in February. So we did Silent Night, Deadly Night. We did Attack of the Giant Leeches. We did Bride of the Gorilla. We did The Devil Bat. And then we did Indestructible Man. So we did 5 of them already this year. So that was pretty cool. Clayton says, Crow the Robot rocks. Crow the Robot. Oh, they're off in Mystery Science Theater. Corpus says, yes, I've seen that. Raymond says, I've watched many of the episodes. Very funny. And Lisa Ann says, then you need an anniversary party. Yes. I will probably, last year for the 1 year, I had the little champagne flute and the tuxedo, and I'll probably do that again for this year's. But I do want to say, now these go really quick. Typically they do. This tonight I was thrown off a little bit because my normal vibe was thrown off because I was trying like crazy to get this back up and running. So I don't know if I'm my usual self, because I was a little rattled by that. I thought, I don't know if I'm going to have a show tonight. But all right, we're here. We're all here. But I got to thinking, is there anything? I used to do like a top 10 list, on there, like the top 10 horror, the top 10 or the 10 lowest grossing films of all time, or whatever. I mean, there was always like a 10 list. I did that for about the first, I don't know, 6 months or so, I'm guessing. But there was something like that we did. I use this time to talk about the shows coming up on Saturday, kind of just to get, kind of meet up with you guys. But if there's anything specific like you guys would like to see during this hour before we start the Chiller Night programming at 9 o'clock, let me know. I mean, I just think it's a fun time to hang out and, chat about whatever. But because then I do Chiller Chat, but that's more of an interview show. It's not even like this. So I don't know. Anybody ever have any ideas? Just throw them my way. And those of you who won the book and the pictures, we're kind of on lockdown right now. So I will let you know whenever I go to mail those out for Corpus, for Tom, for John. I've not actually sent those out yet. So, but you will be receiving a Chiller Night, The Spirit of Halloween books. I just got a box of those in. I had to order another box of those. So we've got brand new books that you'll be getting, hot off the press. And Lisa Ann says, "Yay, Jack, 2 years." Well, Bryan, 2 years actually. As far as this show, this pre-show, Jack's been, in May, it'll be 12 years for Jack as a horror host anyways. started out in the haunted houses, and then 2 years later started doing horror hosting. So, been doing that ever since. And then Richard says, really appreciate it there, Brian. Oh, thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. Adam says, ever seen Abbott and Costello hold that ghost? I've never seen that. I'll be honest, Adam, I've never seen that. Cassandra says, celebration time. Corpus says, I've never seen that one, but I've never seen that, but they are hilarious. Yeah, Abbott and Costello. And David says, you said champagne. Yes. Lisa Ann says, fight of the gargantuas. That's another one. I remember you brought that up a couple of weeks ago. Or maybe that was during was that me or Jack Shadow? I don't remember. But I remember that being brought up, something about the gargantuas. And there's another one. Such a big movie to me as a kid, seeing that brings back memories when I hear a title of an old movie, or I get these images in my head of when I was a little kid watching that stuff, like the Trilogy of Terror, the first one that Corpus, I think that was the first one that you played on the Chiller Night Facebook group page, Trilogy of Terror, if my memory serves me correct. But just hearing that again, it's like, wow, I haven't seen that, and I literally have not seen that since it was presented on TV in the 70s. I mean, I remember being a little kid watching that. So a lot of good memories, and I think that's what this Chiller Night, the Chiller shows do. At least for me, it was to try to recreate that feeling of when I was growing up watching these old movies, with Chilly Billy Cardell from Pittsburgh. So Raymond says, sign the books, Brian and Jack Shadow. I could do that. I mean, I didn't write it, but I mean, I could definitely sign it. If you guys want that, I'll be messaging you guys before I send those out to see if there's anything you specifically want me to write. If you want me to sign something in the book, I'll be happy to do it. Jennifer wrote it, but I do have a foreword in it, and it was based on a story. I had very little to do with the story. I gave a very vague overview of what I wanted the story to be like. I was very specific about the beginning of the story, and then she took it from there, and then I just kept looking at the progress as she was going, and so that was a lot of fun seeing that come to life. I'm reading it, like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. It was kind of fun to read it, as she was writing it. So, Richard says, Abbott Costello, gotta love them, yeah. Paganism is the reason for the season. Okay. They're on YouTube, and they said, can we have a did you know? Did you know Sarah Karloff, the late actor's daughter, noted that because of the Grinch, her father's seasonal influence doesn't actually end with Halloween. Well, that makes a lot of sense. That would. Cool. Well, thanks for that input, Leroy. Hey, Horror Fam Jam. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for joining us, Leroy. All right, the gang is here. Raymond says, I haven't seen that one. Oh, the Gargantuan one. And then Corpus says, yep, first watch party. I thought so. Clayton says, okay, Tom sulks. I don't. All right, let me jump ahead here. I just got packed and ready. Away, I had to jump on. LOL. So Corpus says it's an awesome book. Oh, thank you, Corpus. And Corpus says that just doesn't have to be the same ring as Tom. Oh yeah, as Clayton. Hey, Emmanuel, is that like orgasm? I don't know what you're saying there, or what you think you're saying. I don't know if I'm reading that. All right, I don't know. Corpus, speaking of the Grinch, have you guys all seen the Halloween Grinch special? I have not. I've never seen that. Emmanuel, I remember the War of the Gargantuas. See, I remember that. But I always loved those. Wasn't that one of those the Japanese movies? I remember I was a huge fan of like Godzilla and Ultraman and Gamera and all that stuff. So if memory serves me, I'm trying to remember back with those Gargantuan movies. I think that those were, wasn't that a Japanese movie? Japanese made movie? Unless I'm thinking of a different one, which I could be. After a while, they all kind of get tangled up in there. Leroy says, again, I'm like, why so low? I again forgot to put me on surround sound. All right, you gotta stay on it, Leroy. And Brad, oh my gosh, here he's joining us. He's jumping in here. It's the Chiller Night pre-show of Bryan Hogue, starring Bryan Hogue. And now here's Bryan. Bryan, again, what's on tonight? All right. I will throw that up. It is at 8:30. It will hurt nobody. Okay, 9 p.m. We are gonna see Indestructible Man. Now this is going to be the edited version of the show, which will be showing for the first time on Stream TV tonight from last week when we did it live, 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Daniel Dewing. And 11:30 Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Devil Bat. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Carrie Haggard. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Bride of the Gorilla. Again, all those Chiller Night Theaters were from Monster March. They were all live streamed. You guys were there. So we had a good time. Richard says, Ultraman every day after school. Yep, me too. Yep, me too. That was one of those shows I watched with oh gosh, there's several lineups, throughout the years of coming. But I remember that one. I remember the old Marvel comics, the Marvel Heroes ones, the ones they did back in the 60s. But they didn't even really have true animation. They pretty much just had the animation cell and whoosh, sliding the camera across the cell to make it look as if it's moving. It's a cartoon. It's fun. But I remember that one. Of course, G.I. Joe and He-Man and stuff like that. But good times. Good times. Bob Book says, love Ultraman and Godzilla. Love the way the monsters talk to each other with arm movements. Yeah, like sometimes they team up, Raymond says, replying to Adam, never heard of it. When was it released? Nope. I missed which one that might have been. 1970. Oh, he says 1977, whichever movie you're referring to. And then Adam says, hi, Nick. 1977. Okay. Richard says Johnny Sacco. I'm not sure what that is. And then, is that a movie? And then Cassandra says, I love Ultraman. Yes. Remember Hayata and the Beta Capsule? I love the opening to that, too. That was just really cool. Corpus says, it's actually called Halloween is Grinch Night. Cool. All right. Well, that's neat. I did not know that. I would like to have a Jack Shadow or Chiller Night Halloween special. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if it's something through art, just record it in certain ways, maybe a 20-minute, 22-minute special or something like that, or a half an hour show, or to do a live action one, maybe loosely based off of the spirit of Halloween. I'm not sure, but I've been thinking of all these ideas, and after I did the month of Friday Night Frights, now I have time to just kind of, the dust is settling a little bit. My mind is starting, to fire up a little bit more, because before I had to be focused on particular movies and stuff. Now I'm kind of like thinking, okay, what now? I have to do another Friday Night Frights soon, but part of me is thinking like, wouldn't it be kind of neat to, if I could start writing another Chiller Night book, because it was intended to be a series. The Chiller Night books were intended to be a series, and let me play this real quick.
Chiller Night, The Spirit of Halloween, a young reader's book written by Jennifer Sadler, is the first of the Chiller Night series featuring Jack Shadow. 5 teenagers head out for a night of trick-or-treating, but lose themselves in a dimension of horror. Now they race against the clock to save their souls from the spirit of Halloween himself. Jack Shadow. This All Hallows Eve fantasy is a thrill a minute and the first in a new series of Halloween fun and fright. Cover art by Rick Whitlow, illustrations by Scott Lubin. Chiller Night, The Spirit of Halloween is available to purchase on Amazon.com or get your copy at chillernighttheater.com. chillernighttheater.com.
I was reading the comments as that was running, and I see Todd wrote to, replying to Cassandra, I have the Ultraman box set. Ah, cool. Each episode is like a Godzilla movie. Is that the Ultraman series from the 60s? Is it the original one with Hayata and the space, I don't know, the space crew, or I don't know, whatever that was. That's the one I watched. Those are the only ones I've watched, but that was pretty neat. Richard says, Giant Robot, Johnny Sacco came on after Ultraman. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I remember watching Spectreman. I remember that one. I remember going to the theater and seeing a movie called Inframan. That was pretty cool as well. Yeah, Spectreman, Dr. Gory and his assistant, gorilla assistant, I don't know. This stuff was just big, dumb fun. I enjoyed it. Good memories. Tim says, totally off topic or subject. Have you ever seen the TV movie Vampire from the 70s that starred Richard Lynch as the vamp? I have not seen that, no. Or if I do, I don't recall that. This is cool, Todd. Emmanuel says, seriously though, I'm happy. Has anybody else seen that one that Tim was talking about? I haven't seen it. I'm happy as a pig in slop that you do this show and let us all get together each week. Please keep this alive. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's really cool. I do too. Like sometimes I didn't have as much time to put this together tonight, so I didn't have as much direction as maybe typically I do on a Saturday night, but it is kind of cool to. This one doesn't really require that. Like a chiller chat, here's the levels of difficulty, you know. Of course, a Friday Night Fright's a live Chiller Night Theater. That's at the pinnacle. That's the top one. You know, and then chiller chat, because I like to do a little bit of research on the guest, of course, and the topic in which they're going to talk about, and it takes some preparation. Yeah, and then of course there's the pre-show, which is what we're watching. We're doing right now, and this. I could get on here without any preparation, you know, and just chat and pretty much just read what you guys are writing, you know. But I do like to have some kind of direction and focus, you know. But you know, even then, a lot of times I might have 4 or 5 things that I wanted to talk about that night, and we get to the end of the hour, and it turns out I just didn't get to it. So these are a lot of fun. I like the I like the I don't know, just this group. This mindset, the chiller movies, this love for the old horror movies and science fiction movies. To me, I don't know, it was a big part of my life, you know, growing up. And you know, the fact that I'm sitting here right now, you know, interacting with you guys, who I'm sure that was a big part of your life from the, you know, things I'm reading here and through the last couple of years. This is just a neat thing, and I'm really happy to be able to get on here and do that. So cool. You keep showing up. I'll keep having them. Brad says I'm back. All right, yeah, that's right. Brad showed up. I know he wasn't sure if he's going to be able to make it tonight, so I'm glad you made it there, Brad. Let's see. Adam says on October 30th at midnight, you ought to do a Chiller Night double feature to usher in All Hallows. You know, that's a neat idea, Adam. I was actually thinking about. Things are so uncertain right now with like they're thinking that this, you know, with the issue with the virus is going to take you know, going into the, you know, into May perhaps. So I'm kind of like prepping my mind for that. Okay. Then you know, whenever this is over, everyone's going to go out and, you know, hopefully get back to normal as can be, and you know, I'm sure there's a lot of pieces that need picked up. But then, now here's the thing that I've been hearing is they're predicting I hear that they're predicting it's not going to be hitting as hard, or that there will be, it's not going to be like this, but they are expecting another surge in the fall. Now that's Halloween time. That's haunted house time for me. So I'm wondering, I've been sitting here, wondering, should I invest in, should I put my time into that, or should I do something as an alternative? And maybe even that is a neat idea. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, because I'm not sure what to make of all this. But if we are cooped up in the fall, maybe I will do something like that. I don't know. But Halloween is on Saturday this year, so it'd be kind of neat. I mean, that'd be really appropriate on Saturday night, maybe to have a Friday Night Frights, a live Chiller Night Theater. Or even if I am doing a haunted house, maybe, I've talked about this too, doing a Chiller Night Theater even from the haunted house, if that's possible. I don't know. I'm still, heck, I can barely figure out how to reset this thing, and my technical, knowledge is very limited, but if there's a way to do it, maybe I could figure that out. I don't know. Who knows? That's a neat idea. Let's see. Raymond says, I hope it's May. Yeah, me too. Me too. Let's see. Dock a spaceship, Lisa Ann says. Yeah, I know. Did you notice this? I made it a lot more infrequent this week. Last week, I think I had them popping up every, I don't know. I spaced them out more. Spaced them out. That UFO. And then Leroy says, this is my first horror show ever, and I love it. So glad I found you guys. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad you found us too. Adam says, yes, in a second wave. Yeah. They're saying, it wouldn't be like this, but they are, anticipating something in the fall, which is making me, reconsider the haunted attraction right now at this point. Too early to tell. I mean, on the list of priorities and seriousness, that's way down here on the, when people are getting sick and, I'm not devastated over the idea of not doing one. I'm more concerned about people. Are they okay? Are they going to be okay? Obviously that's the big concern. But if there's a chance of that coming up in the fall, do I want to spend all summer building one? When I could be doing the Friday Night Frights, when I could be doing live shows instead. Because entertainment is healthy. It's mentally. It's a good thing mentally to be entertained and to have this, like I said, the sense of normalcy. And I'm happy to do it. So whichever way we go, I will keep you all posted. Let's see. Brad says, it's WrestleMania weekend. It's just too big for just one night. Yeah, what are they doing with that, Brad? Are they just playing old ones? Is that what they're doing? Obviously, they won't be able to get people together, so... that's so weird. It's so weird. Tim says, since most of us have the time these days with everything going on, you should check out YouTube for movies. Lots of 70s TV horror stuff can be found. Yeah, we ought to be ready to go to... I'm 100% still planning on going to Gross Fest, so I hope you guys are too. And... let's see. Gross Fest, you say? Yes, I do say. 30 seconds.
Gross Fest, the Pittsburgh area's hottest independent horror convention. Come to Gross Fest 3, July 25th and 26th at the George Washington Hotel at 60 South Main Street in Washington, PA. Guests include Drew Marvick, Billy Pond, Bill Oberst Jr., Aaron R. Ryan, Brooklyn Ewing, Jerry LaRue, Jack Shadow, Aura the Witch, and Elle Von Knock from Chiller Night Theater. Check out grossfest.com for our full list of guests, dates, location, and more. Don't miss Gross Fest 3!
All right, there you have it, Gross Fest. So I don't know. I'm sure things will be okay. I mean, who am I? I'm just, I don't know for sure. But from what they're saying, So I'm really looking forward to Gross Fest. Lisa Ann says, Chiller and Jack help with normalcy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Leroy says, replying to Brad, safety, sexy, my GF say. All right. Cassandra says, Gross Fest. Brad says, they're all taped 2 nights. Okay. All right. All right. That's cool. That's neat that they're having something. Adam says they're doing 18 matches in an empty training gym, basically for WrestleMania. Wow. Hey, there. I guess they're thinking outside the box and doing what they got to do. Tim says, thank you for that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no problem. Looking forward to it. Richard says, keep on keeping on. Somebody said this. Yeah, that's all we can do right now. Brad says, July should be safe for Gross Fest. Well, we're certainly hoping. Fingers crossed. And then Emmanuel, NHL Network is showing classic games from years past. So I'm getting my hockey fix. Then I tune in and watch and listen to Yins to get my classic monster movie craving. Oh, cool. Well, we're glad to have you. Thank you. And Tim says, I hope, Brad. Yeah, hopefully by July. Oh, Corpus. She wrote, she sent a link for the Grinch. Oh, that's cool. It's on YouTube. That's neat. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. I would think with Boris Karloff, another one for Halloween, though, was the Mad Monster Party. Remember that one? I mean, you didn't see it very often, but I remember seeing it before when I was a kid. That was by Rankin and Bass, the same people, of course, who did the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, all the classic holiday specials, and even the animated ones like it was the Night Before Christmas and some of those, they did all those very memorable Christmas specials, and they did one for Easter. Peter Cottontail, I think it was. I remember watching that as a kid. But yeah, Mad Monster Party, I think it was. Had Boris Karloff in it, doing he kind of played himself really as a Mad Doctor. He had Phyllis Diller, some of the more recognizable names, at least back in that time, were in it. So, blast from the past, I'll tell you. Lisa Ann says Grossfest reminds me of an Alice concert. Really. Leroy says, ooh, effing gross. Leroy doesn't drink piss, so I'm opening up a fresh one. Cheers, y'all. What? I don't know what I missed before that. But all right, yeah, you get yourself a cold, fresh drink, Leroy. You shouldn't have to drink that other stuff. And then Clayton says, how come just about everyone on here is a top fan except Tom Paisley? And then he has a very, very angry-looking emoji face after that. I don't know. That is not right. You're really not getting a good end of the stick here on things, Tom. I don't know. Corpus says, I love all those specials. Richard says, Mad Monster Party. Got it on VHS. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I vaguely remember it. Corpus says, yes, Mad Monster Party. Adam says, ever see the Halloween That Almost Wasn't, 1979, Judd Hirsch? Yeah, I do remember that. It was a live action with the witch. There was a witch who was taking over as she wanted to be the head monster, the head figurehead of Halloween, and instead of Dracula. I think at that time, for the sake of the show, it was Dracula. We all know it's Jack Shadow, but that was a long time ago. But well, it wasn't something like that. She was taking over or something like that, and they had a Wolfman, a Mummy, and Frankenstein. All the basics, for the TV special. I'll tell you what I remember watching as a kid was the Paul Lynde Halloween special, and they had Kiss on there. I don't know if any of you remember that, but I remember that as a kid watching that when it was broadcasting. The Paul Lynde Halloween special, and I remember Kiss being on there. I was so excited because I loved Kiss when I was a kid. Well, I still do, but Clayton says Glam is on. Say hi. Hey, Glam. I tell you what, I was hard at it today, working away, trying to reset this thing so so you and Tom could be on here so I could read your comments. unfortunately, I cannot see your comments. So what Tom did is he, if he hasn't told you yet, don't let him fool you. That's Clayton is not Clayton. It's Tom. All right, but but if you have to do that, if you have to maybe make another account, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it worked for Tom. I mean Clayton, but it worked for him. See, Corpus says, see, Facebook isn't even letting letting type Tom correctly. And a little wink after that. Did you do that on purpose for me to get tongue-tied? Lisa Ann says, Alice Cooper joined the count on a Sesame Street show. Is that right? I don't remember that, but I guess that'd be pretty cool. A. Emmanuel says, I'm only 52. Yins are talking about things before my time. LOL. Oh, jeez. Well, the stuff the Mad Monster Party, wasn't that, I guess we'd be really little at that time. I'm 51, but I remember that. It played for a while, and then they stopped playing it. They didn't play it, like, it certainly wasn't like Rudolph, or even, did they still play Peter Cottontails? Anybody have kids out there who might still watch it? I don't know. I just vaguely remember an Easter one. So, and then they had the Iron Tail. There was Cottontail, and then the Iron Tail was the rabbit villain who wanted to take over. They all want to take over. It's like, I wouldn't want to take over. That's a lot of work. Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny. It's too much. Okay, Leroy says, bonjour glam. All right. Bonjour Tom. Clayton says, I'm not. Clayton. Lisa Ann says, Google it. It's funny. Alice is pretty young. I bet so. Raymond says, youngsters. Right. Richard says, every once in a while they would play Mad Monster Party. You'd be lucky to catch it. I bet it's on YouTube. You probably find it on YouTube. Even though it's not public domain, I'm sure it's not. There is stuff that's on YouTube that shouldn't be. Paganism is the reason for the season, says Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Might be a cool and different Friday Night Fright. Really catchy song that goes with the movie. Maybe Jack Shadow will show that in December. Who knows? Lisa Ann says claymation. Well, the puppets with the animation puppets. I did that once with at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh with the stop motion animation. I had to build it from scratch. Had to make the armature. Had to make the aluminum armature. I had to get on the lathe and actually make the ball joints that go in and the divots, so when I connected the two pieces, the ball joint would fit in here and screw it in so it can move. Built the armature from the ground up, and then I had to take plastic and wrap it all over the armature, and then sculpt the figure, which in my case it was Boba Fett. I was doing this little. I had to build a little movie set or a little set for him, and we had to do like a little, maybe half-minute presentation working with stop motion animation. It was kind of neat, but the animated puppets. Let's see. A Manual. I do remember all those shows. Does that mean I'm antique too? Hey, it's all they're just numbers. Richard says, but I'm in Detroit. Tim says, any thoughts on Blumhouse possibly renewing the interest in the Universal monsters after the success of The Invisible Man? Oh, see, now I haven't seen The Invisible Man. I mean, I know it's out now, but I haven't. Oh, we got 5 minutes. Okay, I'll be quick about it. But I don't know. Is that what they're gonna do? You think they will? Because I don't know. I'll be honest. I haven't heard anything about whether they are looking to continue that or not. So if anybody knows, chat away. Let me know. Lee Sand says, worst movie ever. What? What, Santa Claus Conquers the Martian, or did I miss another one? Leroy says, I'm from Canada, so we don't all do these awesome shows. Boo, I miss them. LOL. Yeah, some of them are. Look on YouTube. You know, check out some of these titles on YouTube if you get a chance, Leroy. Um, Lisa Ann says, no, not Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. No, please. Oh, you don't want to see that one. Well, we'll see. I actually had another one in mind for if I did one in December. So we'll see. We'll see. But I can't say no. I can't say no this early. Tim says Sci-Fi Channel about 12 or 15 years ago used to have stop motion shorts on at midnight on Sundays. Ah, I did not know that. Corpus says, "Oh wow, that went quickly." I know. It's 8:56. I'll throw up the schedule again, and then we'll call it a night. Pretty quick here. And Brad says 5 minutes. Okay, get your Roku's ready. And then Emmanuel, have a good night, Yins. Time for the movie. Take it away, Jack Shadow. Yes, yes. Take it away, Jack. Pretty quick. And what will he be taking away? Well, let me tell you. He'll be taking at 9 p.m. and showing you the Indestructible Man, of course, played by Lon Chaney Jr. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Daniel Dewing. He is the comic book creator of The Fringe Knight. And 11:30 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Devil Bat with Bela Lugosi. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Carrie Haggard, who is the author of the book Traveler, about the UFO crash in Aurora, Texas in the 1890s. 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Bride of the Gorilla, starring Raymond Burr and Lon Chaney Jr. So there you have it, folks. There's the lineup for the night. Lisa Ann says, bye, all be safe. You too. Yes, thank you. Corpus says, movie time, guys. See you on the other side. All right, well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you very much. Glam, so sorry I couldn't see your... I couldn't see you on here tonight. So, yeah, I don't see you on here. That's too bad. And then we got Clayton. So I'm glad Clayton was able to join us. So, all right. Everyone's saying good night. Nice to meet you all, Clayton says. David says good night. Cheers. All right, everybody. Good night. Take care. Have a good chiller night. And we will see you next week.